Yeah.
What's good, T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade Real Housewives of Potomac Season 7 Reunion Part 3. Baby, we got a lot to get into. I will have a separate video for the sit down with Robin and Andy because I got a lot to say, honey. But let's get into this reunion part 3. Part 3 picks up exactly where we left off last week with Mia versus Jacqueline. And Jacqueline was like, you were never the CEO of your company, ma'am. And Mia was like, that's a lie, that's a lie. Girl, you wasn't no CEO or nothing. CEO of that coaching. So they both get to pulling out receipts on each other, child. And Jacqueline says that Mia lied about being with her mother on Mother's Day. And Mia cops to it. She was like, well, I wasn't really with her. I FaceTimed her for about an hour. Girl, you just be lying for no reason, girl. Like, she lied like you drink water. Like, Mia just cannot help herself. She is a liar from the 90s, honey. And Jacqueline then calls her out by saying Gordon reached out to her when Mia was in Atlanta at some point because he thought she was with another man. And Mia says that she actually had lunch with her ex-boyfriend's mom and that her and Gordon, had issues about that, but they worked through it. Girl, Mia is out here getting it how she live, honey. You can't tell me Mia ain't still messing with other men. Mia is cheating. She already got her one in a possible tucked, ready to go. Just in case things don't work out with G, she already got somebody else lined up. She's a hustler, baby. She just wants you to know it ain't where she's been, but where she's about to go. When Andy asked Mia that she want to pull out her receipt, she was like, no, I'm not going to even do that. Girl, because you knew you didn't have nothing. You didn't have nothing in that vanilla folder, child. You saw that Jacqueline wasn't playing with you, and you was like, oh, let me stop playing with her because she's serious. She is dead serious right now. So, Jacqueline then says that she never had relations with G nor Mia. Mia reveals that G had prostate cancer and that Mia was low-key trying to shade her with that. I don't believe that Jacqueline was trying to shade her regarding that at all. Jacqueline says that Mia wanted her to lie about G putting a down payment on her car, but she pulls out receipts showing that the car is in her name and whatever. And at the end of their segment, they both say that they cannot reconcile and that their friendship is over. Now, shout out to the T Squad member. I forgot your name. I'm so sorry, love. If it was you, please let me know down below in the comment section who sent me this bit of tea this week regarding Mia and Jacqueline. So this is an alleged screenshot of a DM conversation between Mia and some girl named Risha. Now, I don't know who Risha is. I haven't even read this whole DM message, so this will be my first time reading it with you all. So this is all alleged. Don't know if this is true, but the DM conversation goes as such. Risha, I'm trying to solidify Jacqueline's spot next year, but if she doesn't want to continue on this platform, I'll stop. None of what I'm doing is real feelings. I have nothing but love for you all. Unfortunately, if you haven't noticed, we signed up to be on a drama reality show. The only reason she got a seat was because of the drama. Try to understand this. If she doesn't want it, let me know. Trust me, I can help support the other ladies. They get it and appreciate it. And she says, no drama, no spot. It's that easy, but I can move on. My hope for the future is that Jacqueline can understand and learn to separate the two. I have faith. Now, like I said, this is all alleged. Don't know if this is true or not, but if it is true, then Mia is basically telling somebody in Jacqueline's family that everything that she was doing and saying about Jacqueline's season was to secure Jacqueline a spot on season 2. If that is the case, genius idea, but you should have let her in on the joke or on the plot at least after the fact. Like, girl, all of that was for the show. I ain't tell you at first because I wanted it to seem real, or whatever the case may be, but you could have filled her in after the fact. But who does that to their friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, who does that? Like, if that's not something y'all came up with together, then what was the point? But I don't know, child. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section if y'all think this is real, if you think it's fake. Let me know, because, I mean, Mia is a weirdo at the end of the day. Charisse and her shoulders then joined the ladies, and Andy says, you know, to Karen, if I wasn't cool with someone and they took the effort to go to a funeral of a loved one of mine, I would respect it. And Karen was like, well, Andy, that's you. That's not me at the end of the day. And I'm not going to have any more conversations about my mother's funeral. And I don't think that Andy, and I don't think that some of the viewers understand that that is weird. And that is clout chasing. We're not friends. We're not speaking. We don't get along, and you come and pop up at my mama's funeral knowing I don't like you? That's weird. Let somebody I don't like come to my mama's funeral. I'm gonna be looking like, have you lost your ever-loving mind to know that I'm dealing with something so serious, and then for you, somebody I don't even like, to show up in such a sacred space? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And we saw that it was clout chasing. As soon as she saw Karen the next time on camera, what did she do? Bring it up on camera. I was at your mom's funeral. Nobody else came. I was the one that supported you. Clout chasing and trying to build a rift between Karen and the other girls to wedge her way back in. Charisse then says that they were cool during that time when she went to the funeral, while Karen is sitting there, mind you, filing her nails, honey, not caring a bit. So Charisse then asked the question, why did she invite me to her LaDon party at Bloomingdale's? And then here come Robin, big burly self, talking about some, and her birthday party. And Karen was like, Matt invited her. Do I think that there is some discrepancy in the time frames of which they weren't speaking? Absolutely. Because if you don't like somebody, I'm not inviting you to nothing of mine. Well, maybe she was inviting her to stuff to rub it in her face. I don't know. But at the end of the day, we know now today that Karen don't like Charisse. And we don't like Charisse either. And we don't need to see her on our screen ever, ever again. Charisse then goes on to say that I've never said anything about you until this season. That's a dang on lie. The last season you were on the show, season 2, you brought up the fact that she's supposed to have been having an affair with Blue Eyes. So don't sit up here and say that you've never said anything about Karen until this season, because that's a lie. So Karen was like, I've never said one rumor about you being inappropriate sexually because you have children, and I've heard things aplenty about you. She's like, no, you haven't. No, you haven't. And lo and behold, she had heard things about her, because Katie Ross literally came out this weekend with this tweet saying maybe next season on hashtag RHOP, they will ask at Charisse Jordan about the night we had SX, and I lied for her so she could get her settlement. Maybe. I'm not bitter, just saying. Or maybe she is so entertaining we will all be amazed as never. Then she came back with, I never lied, told Karen first, told my mom I don't lie. So she had heard things about you. Okay, ma'am. And I'm like, you sitting up here so concerned about what Karen is doing with her JJ. Meanwhile, you over here scissoring Katie. And I'm like, what? How did that happen? Now, we all know that Katie was, addicted to substances. So I'm thinking that maybe at that time that was what was going on in Katie's life. She was high and tripping, because who finds Charisse sexy? No one. Absolutely no one. She looks like David Allen Greer in drag. Absolutely no way. So Karen is steady shutting down these rumors against her. Mia, brings up something of another about Karen allegedly messing with somebody in her family. And Karen was like, it's not true. And here go Robin once again. She just got to put her Peter Weeder on the table and was like, so you're saying everything people has told us about you is a lie. Karen was like, and people have told me things about you too. And I'm like, and we all know that that's the truth. So Robin was like, she don't want us to say nothing. She just want us to leave the conversation alone. She's saying that all up against under her breath. I'm like, once again, you paying attention to other people's situation, and you needed to have been paying attention to your own, because it all came crashing down on you. All came crashing down on you just a few weeks later. Mind the business that pays you. So then, during the commercial break, Giselle leans over to Charisse and says, "Girl, I love your hair. You look just like your daughter Skylar." And Charisse told me some, "Girl, everybody been saying that to me all day." Lies. Ain't nobody told you look like your daughter. They probably told you look like Warren Sapp. They probably told you look like Terrell Owens or Dick Butkus. See, God don't like ugly. I need to stop talking about people because he got me on that one. But y'all know it's the truth. So then here go Robin's segment. She lets us know that she and Juan did do a prenup, that it's 50-50. If they get the divorce, they basically splitting everything down the middle, but he does not get any claim to her businesses. Girl, don't nobody want none of them 99-cent hats, child. And y'all being sued by Eminem for using the name Reasonably Shady for y'all podcast, so you might not even have no businesses, child, coming up. So Andy asks, did she put in a fidelity clause? And she says, no, it isn't one in there because I might be setting myself up. Robin, lie to yourself. Don't lie to us, okay? And this further proves my point that she did not know about that man cheating on her before the season began, nor after the season ended. She found out when we found out a month ago. Because if you knew about him having this communication, these conversation with this woman last year, no, not last year, I'm sorry, in 2021, then you would have put that clause in y'all prenup. She didn't know. She further exposes herself. She did not know until that girl reached out to Giorgio on TikTok. That's when she found out. Child, please. You ain't fooling me. Then Andy brings up how social media clowned her for her family fun day event. And she was like, well, it was very last minute. And I was like, okay, for once, I agree with you. Because we all know men aren't good with last minute plans, okay? We have to remember and remind ourselves that this is a whole grown ass man. He don't know nothing about throwing no family fun day, nothing. He did the best that he could with what he had. So I will give Roberto that, okay? And when Andy asks Roberto about the Coppin State scandal involving Juan, he said the wrongdoings that they said Juan didn't happen and they used him as clickbait. Okay, girl. I mean, you could continue to defend your man all you want, okay? But you gonna need more people because we, the people, aren't here for you or Juan, okay? Then the husbands come out and Andy, of course, asks Robin, like he does every reunion, where is your man? Where is your boo thing? Where is your husband? Okay, where is Bae? He's at work. Girl, he in Canada or in Vegas with Michael, child. That man ain't no bit more at work. He at work every time y'all filming a reunion. Girl, get out of here. Like, just stop it with the lies. He don't like you. He don't like the show. He don't want to be bothered. He already been put on Front Street. He ain't answered no questions. And since all of this stuff was exposed, you think he gonna come to the reunion and answer any questions? Like, girl, bye. You gonna continue to be his state representative and continue to take all the shots that he should have been taking, honey. So Andy asked G how it was for him having to deal with Mia's illness. And he gets very emotional talking about her and her health crisis and everything. And at first I was questioning whether or not it was real, if he was being serious, because I just look at him and Mia like soap opera actors. But when she kept on checking on him, even when they were leaving the stage, I was like, okay, so he really honestly did get choked up. Okay, all right. I felt like we honestly had a genuine moment for G and Mia. He also says that he and Peter's ex did not have relations. They just did a little, touchy, feely. And that was something that I never needed to know. and it's now forever burned into my membrane, and I will dig it out later because that is disgusting, even thinking about G in that capacity, because gross. Then we get into the Chris versus Giselle segment. And Chris says, when we got to your room, you said, I only said yes because I thought my team was in there. When you opened the door and they weren't in there, then why didn't you say, let's have this conversation later or in the hallway? Number 2, you said to Karen he needs to apologize for what he did. What did I do? So Giselle get to stammering all over the place because she knows that she started something that she couldn't finish, and this storyline and this scandal of hers this season got spun out of control. And I don't think that she thought that it was going to get to this point. And she didn't have anything to back up none of what she was saying. So she, like I said, she's sputtering all over the place. And he was like, what did I do? And she was like, I'm getting there. And Chris was like, well, let's go. You've had 10 months. I've suffered through this for 10 months. Losing clients, losing money, answering to my children, answering to my family. So effing spit it out. And Giselle was like, so we not gonna talk if you just gonna be cussing at me, because that's not cool at all. And it's like, ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? How you telling this man how he can feel? Like how he's supposed to respond to you lying on him? And so Candace jumps in and was like, what's not cool is your gutter snipe biatch butt lying on my family. And baby, Candace said that to the depths of her lungs, child, to the depth of her nostrils, Lord. Baby, she said gutter snipe more strongly than when Iyanla said it, honey. And that B word, honey, that came up out her throat, she meant that. She said that so tough, baby, that this was Giselle's reaction. So then Andy begs the question, what exactly did he do? And Giselle still can't give a good answer. She says, I felt like the situation and me being uncomfortable, you participated in, and that's what you did. That don't even make sense. What? And Candace was like, you know what? You are garbage. You are a garbage individual. You have no soul. And Giselle was like, thanks, Candace. And she was like, the fact that you will sit up here and act as if you're the victim, you're the reason why women cannot come forward with actual assault and misconduct allegations, because you sit up here with your privileged white looking butt and you think you can say whatever the F you want to say and no one is gonna bat an eyelash. And child, here come the light skins. Here come Ashley and Mia. No, that's too far. That's too far. How is that too far? How is that too far? Please explain. Please explain. Like, here go the light skins hollering something is wrong and something is too far and something is wrong. Like, y'all adding to what she's saying. You're adding to exactly what she's saying. And I've said in the past that I don't think that Ashley is a colorist, but with having these conversations, I don't think that she gets really what her light-skinned means and the privileges that come behind it. And so even Wendy was like, now, Candice, you know, you my friend and I love you and I know that you're angry, but on the heels of the conversation we just had about colorism, I just want you to know what that implies. And Candice was like, I know what I said, but I hear you and I received that. And Ashley was like, so our conversation meant nothing. And Candice was like, someone who looks like me making accusations about actual misconducts are not taking it seriously as someone who looks like you. That was the point I was making. And Ashley told me something. I don't think it was appropriate, but okay. First of all, what she's saying is valid. She's very much valid. And y'all know I could care less about Candace, but when you're right, you're right. And when you're wrong, you're wrong. And in this case, she is 100% correct. When Black women that look like Candace, that are brown or of a darker skin complexion, go missing or holler, actual assault or ape, I'm not saying those words because of, YouTube, but they tend to get, oh, she lying, or she just wants attention, or when black women of a darker skin complexion go missing, it's whatever. But when a lighter skinned woman cries, for help in those situations, it's taken a little bit more seriously. And that goes back to slavery. You know what I'm saying? And I could not understand why these grown 30-something women could not understand what she was saying. She wasn't saying that Giselle was a white person. She said white looking, because she does look more European than she does Afrocentric. Let's just keep it a buck. And I was very shocked at Wendy. Like, you of all people should get where she's coming from. And I had to stand firm with Candace on what she said, because what she said is the truth. Because you playing these little petty, silly games for a reality show, when there's women out there who have actually been in a situation where they have been, wrongfully touched, or, done wrong in those types of situations. You know what I'm saying? And then when they come forward, people don't believe them because of people like you that sit up here and cry wolf. Like, that's nothing to play around with. Whether that's her husband or not, it's just not anything to play around with. And you played around with it for a reality show and for a storyline. And to think that you was somebody's first lady at one point. Like, you are a disgusting, vile person. And how far is too far for you women when it comes to getting a paycheck and for 15 minutes of fame and relevancy when it comes to these reality shows? Because to me, they have gone way over the board with this, because it's not even fun. It's not fun shade. It's not something that you can just bounce back from. Like, this is getting dark. It really is. It's getting dark that we're even having these types of conversations. So then Chris was like, okay, Giselle, you said you're sorry. I accept it. And Candace was like, well, I don't. I'm burning. It ain't that easy for me. And I don't understand why he accepted the apology, because at the end of the day, I don't even think she feel like she really did anything wrong. The only thing that she really said she was sorry about was the fact that she said that he was a sneaky link, and she didn't even use sneaky link in the right term, child, with her old tail. Then Andy brings up the whole conversation of Karen allegedly cheating on Ray, and he was like, he don't believe it. And Karen was like, there's no receipts or anything like that. And Giselle was like, well, what about what you said about Juan with no receipts? And Karen was like, well, you want me to pull out my phone? And Karen grabs her phone and then looks back at Ray like, can I do it? You giving me to go ahead? And he was like, no, don't even do it. So she put her phone back. And she was like, Ray said, don't pull it up. But, I have it. Karen was ready for the girls, honey, was ready for them. I wish she would have went head on and showed it. So then here go Robin. Once again, she just gotta stand up and be the man that she is, and was like, in Mexico, Karen, I felt like you were implying that Juan assaulted you. So I want to know, Karen, was that what you were implying? And Karen was like, did Juan actually assault me? No. But does he need to keep his hands off of women? Yes. Period, point, and the blank. Okay? While you sitting up here trying to have your little 2 seconds of chatter, once again, butting your beak into something that ain't got nothing to do with you, just wanting to have something to say. And like I said, God don't like ugly, because 2 weeks later, guess what happened? You and Juan got exposed for the liars that y'all are, child, and that facade and that fake marriage of y'all. Child, reunion part 3 was good. It was good. It got me riled up in a lot of places, so I'm gonna give it an A. Y'all make sure that y'all tune in to my video concerning Robin sit down with Andy on Watch What Happens Live. I got a lot to say, honey, about that cringeworthy interview, Lord. Y'all make sure that y'all thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I enjoyed this season of Potomac. Overall, I'll give season 7 of Potomac an A-. It kept me really intrigued. I feel like some of the storylines, of course, were fake, but the ones, not faked, but forced and faked. The storylines that were genuine, I really truly enjoyed. Karen was a hoot as always. She had me cracking up laughing. Candiace actually had a standout season for me, even though I still don't really care too much for her, but I gotta give credit where credit is due, and she really had a standout season. Robin and Giselle were the losers of this season. Jacqueline was a really great added addition. I would like to see her back as a friend of next season. Mia got to stop with just the blatant outright lies, because any credibility that she could have is washed away. Like, we would never believe anything that comes out of her mouth. Ashley was just there for me. Like, she was just playing tag for me this whole season. Wendy, she, had her incident with Mia, but other than that, we didn't really get that fiery Wendy that we had season 6. I want to see her tap in and play a little bit more next season. I will say that the MVP of season 7 would be... I'll give it to Candace. I feel like she stepped up when need be, and when she stepped up in a big, big way. I really honestly feel that. Y'all let me know what y'all think overall, what y'all thought overall of season 7 of Potomac. What would you like to see moving forward? Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.